Okay, the last thing that we're going to talk about in our chemistry unit is how energy can change matter. So we're going to tie in what we learned about energy and how it can change matter. So this goes with learning target 20, explaining and apply how energy transferred through matter can create a change in matter with a new substance being formed. Okay, so I wanted just to show you real quick that on our website under games, there's a link that says chemistry animations. Okay, if you want to go to it, you can see different chemistry animations. These are different chemical changes that we're not always allowed to do in class and school. So if you want to look at these and pull some of them up, you can see some different animations. So this is one where it's showing balloons being popped, and you can look at different experiments. So that's, oops, let me go back. Yeah, you can go to a lot of different ones. Acid, base equal, what else aren't found? But that's just a link to different chemical changes if you want to look at them. Okay, so this is a review. Remember, energy is something that can cause a change in matter. There are two forms of energy. Potential energy is stored due to position. It's when matter is not moving. Increase height or mass, and you increase potential energy. And then energy can be kinetic. That means matter is in motion. If you increase the mass or the speed, you increase kinetic energy. And those two links are just, we've already seen these before in our energy unit. Talking about a roller coaster, how potential and kinetic energy will change based on position. Okay, remember this one? The higher something is, the more potential energy it has. As it goes down in height, it increases the kinetic energy. Okay, just a review, those are some examples of potential energy getting converted into kinetic. Remember the types of energy. Potential energy would be chemical. It's found in food and elements and atoms, and that's the big one. That's the one that we're going to deal with a lot, is this one. Kinetic energy, heat, sound, electrical, mechanical. Energy transformations help, oh, that's a typo, help create a physical or chemical change. So without energy, we cannot have physical or chemical changes occurring. We cannot have matter changing to other types of matter. So now let's look at what is a physical or chemical change. A physical change is any change in size, shape, form, state. It needs energy. And in a physical change, matter stays the same. No new substance is formed. So if we take a look at this, if you have an ice cube, which is water, and it's in a solid, and we change its state, we add kinetic energy or thermal energy, and that solid water starts to melt into liquid water. That is an example of a physical change. Okay, it's still water, so no new substance was formed, but it needed energy to get matter to change from a solid to a liquid. If you take a sheet of paper and you rip the paper in half, you're changing the size, but it's still paper. No new substance was formed, but you needed energy to do that. I had to use mechanical energy to tear a piece of paper. So that's what a physical change is. A chemical change is a change in color, rusting, combustion. It also needs energy, and this is where you'll have a new substance being formed. Okay? And usually when you see a chemical change, there'll be a release or an absorption of energy, like heat, light, and sound. So let's take a look at these examples. For a chemical change, if we take an egg and we heat it up, the atoms in those eggs change into different types of matter when they're cooked. That's why you've got a raw egg to a basted egg is totally different stuff. They taste different. They have different colors. Same thing with fireworks. Notice fireworks release heat, light, and sound, that's how you know that there was a new substance being changed into. All right. Now, one thing that's pretty important to know about physical and chemical changes. We don't create or destroy matter during a physical or chemical change. All we do is change that matter. In a physical change, we change the matter's size, shape, or state of matter, like with the water turning from an ice cube to liquid water. Okay, we just change that matter's state. A chemical change, like a raw egg being cooked to a basted egg, we're changing it, changing that matter from a raw egg to a basted egg. We're not creating or destroying the matter, we're just changing it up. Okay, so that's the law of conservation of mass or matter. It's very same thing as the law of conservation of energy. Remember, that one was energy cannot be created or destroyed, only changed. And through energy transformations, you just changed energy from electrical to light. But you didn't create or destroy energy. It's the same thing with matter. You don't create or destroy matter when you tear the paper in half. You just change its size. Examples of this are rock cycle. Remember, we talked about how matter, like an igneous rock, can change into a sedimentary rock. We didn't destroy or create matter there. All we did was change it. Same thing when like a metamorphic rock can melt and turn back into magma. We didn't create or destroy matter. All we did was change it from a metamorphic rock to magma. Water cycle, same thing. Water cycle deals with water changing state, which is a physical change. So water, when it goes from a liquid to a gas and evaporates in the water cycle, you're changing a state. That's a physical change. Okay, so hopefully after this section of notes, you can be able to explain and apply how energy is needed to change matter, okay, either into a new substance in a chemical change or just a new form, which would be a physical change.